we are actually hopping in to New York Con, which is just about the biggest talent pool for an extremely long period of time. And here I'm realizing, like a dork, I didn't set up the very important screen source, which is Broodwar itself. Give me just a second, everybody. Just a second. There we go. All right. Diving into this. A little bit of a rough start. Is it gonna freak out on me like this? There we go. There we go. And we're off and running. Hey everybody, if you do not recognize me, I am in fact Diggity SC. Instead of Artosis, I am hijacking the channel because we get to see not regular ladder Artosis, but actual tournament Artosis today, believe it or not. However, we're going to be starting off with Zen versus Balance. We got Zen in the upper right hand corner as the purple Protoss. Bottom left hand corner, we got Balance as the green Zerg. What's up, Colberman? And this, I don't know how I can emphasize this enough, guys. Like, the largest grouping of talent in maybe 15, 20 years. There was the LA LAN, which was pretty significant earlier. But this is, I gotta say, an absolute hit squad of the top of North America. We got Gypsy in here. We've got Nyoken playing. We've got Artosis playing. We've got Raz playing. You got Jaeyoon out there. We've got so many amazing players. This is the biggest organization of talent in the past, I don't know how long. It's been so long since we've had a big, legitimate Broodwar LAN like this. And it's all thanks to this guy in the upper right-hand corner, Zen, as the purple Protoss. He's going up against Balance. Between these two, I think I'm going to favor Zen overall. Balance is not a bad player. I think he's around the 1700 range, but Zen has definitely been putting in a lot of practice and getting, actually, if you want to check out Jane's channel, been getting a lot of coaching out that direction, which leads me to believe he's going to be strong in this matchup in particular. We got the initial Zealot making its way out. We do have the first 4 Zerglings. It looks like it was a spawning pool opener, which means Zen is going to have to play a little bit more defensively, drawing that Zealot back now. Balance, in the meantime, has scouted the upper left-hand corner. He's got a drone waiting at the bottom right, wants to go ahead and get that third hatchery up, or that third hatchery up extremely rapidly. We got an extractor morphing. I believe that was around the, looked around about the 220 mark, so a little bit later. Yeah, just for guys in chat so you know, we will have a webcam eventually. I'm like in a little hut in the LAN center so I can cast this live, which is absolutely a blast. I'm so hyped. Interesting, so we had the drone, bottom right. Instead, we got the third being taken at the nearby corner. I was wondering about that risk. We have some Zerglings making their way to the front. 3 Zealots and a Nexus warping in. These Zealots are going to have a hard time blocking these Zerglings unless this probe gets that forge down in a hurry. Zerglings right here. The Zergling's going to try to shoot the gap. The Zealots on the corner attacking that probe. Not able to get the probe kill, but at the very least able to breach. And now the Zealots are going to have to do a pretty decent amount of micro. But Balance actually ceding the position, pulling right back out of that natural expansion after some initial harassment. Cybernetics core being dropped at the natural expansion rather than the stereotypical forge. So Zen, this leads me to believe that Zen is probably going to be aiming for probably a early 7:30 minute Zealot timing push, because he wants to ensure he gets that +1 weapons in. We'll have to see if that is going to be critical to his strategy. A little bit of nerves here because we got a late probe pull to the natural expansion. 3 Zealots still holding in position. The probe able to confirm the third hatchery, and it looks like it is going to be a tech to layer. So I'm expecting Balance. Ooh, still producing Zerglings here. We'll see if Balance plays a bit more aggressively, because he's got a lot of Zerglings actually for this stage of the match. 10 Zerglings out in the field. maybe wanting to pick off that early probe so he has a little bit more flexibility as far as build order. But the Zerglings, these pocket Zerglings currently hiding for balance around that 9 o'clock location. Not able to deny a scout moving in. So showing Zen the base, showing him the Spire, but currently hiding the Zerglings out of position. And this could be dangerous for Zen. He might not recognize that this is a potential breach opportunity, and so might end up with a front door bust. We do have the Stargate constructing the far corner in the background. Overlord's going to be able to sneak in for balance and confirm it. So balance being sneaky here in this tournament situation. Zerglings hiding around artifacts. Try to main cloak. The thing is there's plenty of Zealots with Zen's opener. He's got a lot of Zealots to defend against this, so I'm not sure if there is a run by with speed overall. I'm not sure effective it's going to be because, first of all, you got a cannon to do plenty of damage, but now sprinting through, surround on the cannon. The Zealot's not there to get the damage done, but only 3 Zerglings remain. Still able to breach into the main, maybe create some chaos here. Another cannon warping in. Looks like that's going to finish. That'll help defend against the Mutalisks and the Zerglings. So balance able to get a scout with these Zerglings, but not a lot else. And the first Corsair making its way out. It looks like it's going to skip that nearby Overlord. The Zerglings mostly being taken care of in the main. Both players playing a little bit nervously. We do have a 4th hatch that's being dropped by balance. And we'll see if the initial actually going straight to 5 hatch. So we'll see if he skipped an initial Scourge. Second gas being grabbed as well, so switching back to macro, but the Zealots starting to march out immediately. +1 weapons on the way. This is a little bit early for that +1 weapons to be a factor, but now balance potentially overbuilding here. So this is a big investment in architecture. He just lost all of his Zerglings, and his Hydralisk Den's not even finished. So these Zealots could do a massive amount of damage to start. And it looks like we're having some misrallied drones as well for balance, so definitely playing nervous in this game 1. Building a lot of Scourge to try to chase that down, but coming out late. But this is the problem for balance right here. He's got 5 Zealots just marching into this 3rd with absolutely no defense. So 3rd completely shut down, loses 3 drones, and critically going to end up losing this evolution chamber. And +1 weapons is going to kick in not too long. And this is basically going to ensure that Zen maintains that upgrade lead through the long haul. It looks like also the Scourge ran all the way back to the main. I think they might have gotten the Corsair there, but several of them got picked off. Hydralisk finally being constructed, but even here, the Zealots able to get some good positional surrounds on these Hydralisks, so Zen in firm control here. Massive supply lead, and balance now starting to fall apart, especially losing that evolution chamber. Doesn't have enough Hydralisks to defend the 3rd, and the Zealots continue to pour in. He's kind of doing some emergency building. He hasn't canceled this hatchery as well to get some additional minerals to potentially defend against this. So now Zen opening up a 30 supply lead and looking very, very strong in the opener. Still hasn't been able to evict. Now +1 weapons and Zealot leg speed have kicked in on that more stereotypical 7:30 timing. And finally going to pull them out, but man, all sorts of desiccated Hydralisk corpses really catching balance off tempo. And it looks like we might have I'm not sure if that's going to be range or +1 weapons upgrade here. Maybe +1 weapons for the Corsairs to maintain air control. Citadel of Adun allowing that Templar Archives to come online. We're seeing the Gateway flood behind this. Zen in a very, very strong position. And these Zealots still have opportunity to move around and create chaos. Balance in the dark. He's got an Overlord midfield. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. And more Zealots and Corsairs starting to storm out. And I don't know that there's going to be this grouping of Hydralisks underneath here. What, 6? I don't think that's going to be enough to deal with the Zealots. And that's certainly going to be some dead Overlords. And this should be a sufficient number of Corsairs with some decent micro to deal with the Scourge. It looks like 1 Corsair got picked off, but there's still 4 remaining. The Zealots able to crash on these Hydralisks. And yeah, this is going to be a lot of dead Overlords. And some pretty decent drone drilling underneath this. But that's still not enough Hydralisks to defend. The Hydralisks actually getting mixed up in their own drone line. And the Corsairs absolutely free to go pummel the Overlords. And that's once again an emptied 3rd. Balance going to GG right there. And with that, Zen advances in the bracket. So here's the bracket if you guys wanted to get a look at it overall and what's been happening. Zen is going to move on to play Jaeyoon, which is going to be a very tough match for him. Semi got knocked out of the lower bracket versus Raz. Artosis is going up against the winner between Urbmon and Nesh. And this could be a really fun matchup. Urbmon's my dark horse. Oh, the link's broken. Hold on. Which link's broken? Moving to the corner. Urbmon is here. We got Urbmon. Bracket link. Where do I even mess with that? Hold on a second. Yeah, I know this is an art. Is an arty. You have to deal with fake arty. What's up, skin color? Yeah. Good to see you. I would say, so if I was going to pick one, if I was going to pick my top 4, Gypsy's here. I think Gypsy's the man to beat for sure. Beyond that, Striker's here as well. Jaeyoon would be my next pick. And then we'll see if Artosis can sneak in as well.
Did you update the bracket command? Do you want me to show you how?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
We're gonna after you.
Yeah. Squeeze around this side. If you want to do it, you can just take. I'm gonna get my mouse over there. Are you
Alt tab there. Go up.
That makes sense.
This is high production quality here, guys.
Yeah. So we can just copy this and do.
Yeah, that's the command I didn't know.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Do you want to say hi to everybody?
No, I'll do that later. See you, boys.
That's fake arty number 3. Let me see if there's another game starting up. Zen Balance game 2. These are all best of 3. You're gonna have so many fake arties, guys. The prize pool, I have to look it up because it's been, oh, are you kidding me? This is on LAN, by the way, so we should absolutely have no lag. There's no excuse. Upper left-hand corner, we got Zen starting as the Teal Protoss. Bottom right-hand corner, we got Balance. The prize pool, there's no game audio? Ah, thank you, appreciated it. Active sources. And here I thought I had added everything. What a noob. What a noob Diggity is. Default. Apply. How's that? Turn it down just a smidge. You guys hear those dulcet sounds now? Yeah. Thank you, chat. Alright, so rough start on the casting overall, but we'll improve as the day continues. Bottom right hand corner, we got Balance once again going up against Zen. It looked like everyone. It looked like Balance had some concept of an early Zergling flood. Unfortunately, I think he misread Zen's opener. Was hoping he was going to play like that would work pretty well against more of a Forge first opener. A little harder against Gateway first when they're dropping a lot of zealots. Here, let me throw in a score screen for you guys. Actually, I have control of some of the stuff here in the background. Text. Score. Okay. Zen 1. Balance 0. Look at that. How look at this advanced technology we got. I know there's no TTS, and so there's like less enjoyment. I do have chat. I wanted to make sure there were opportunities for chat to get on screen, but part of it is first of all, I'm not sure I have Artosis's level of masochism to enjoy the TTS at the same level he does. I'll be honest, most of the time I'm muting the stream when I'm watching. Regardless. Looks like we did have a pool opener. It looks like Balance wants to go ahead and sneak. We'll see if he wants to sneak a third before gas this time and play more macro-oriented. Maybe go for more of a 973 style. Right now he's definitely playing nervous. Has some idle drones. Doesn't quite have a drone. Okay, he does have a drone in position. This is good play from Zen to sneak up and create some disruption here. Making it all the harder. Second drone coming out. Brilliant play to recognize that lack of gas, and a Zealot coming up here as well. So finally that third hatchery dropped, but already a Zealot right there to disrupt the other drone that was trying to provide some assistance. Drone looks like it's going to be able to flee out of position. Zealot and Probe already working, forcing some additional Zerglings. We do have that gateway into Nexus opener behind this, and we'll see if Zen does the similar. I assume he's going to go for a similar build where he's dropping that Cybernetics core at the natural expansion and puts the Forge in the main and goes for that aggressive Zealot opener. Bunch of Zerglings floating out. We got 8 on the field. That might be an overproduction here. Usually you just want to build an initial 4. An advantage for Balance is that'll give a little bit of map control potentially. Nice pocket for Zen. Zen looking sharp. Getting that Zealot immediately at the last second into the corner. So getting decent value. There's not a lot of places to hide. This base there, it's hard to get the Zealot in a position where you can really cram in, but doing well for the map construction. But now Balance has all of these Zerglings trying to hunt down that probe, and I'm almost wondering if, so he at least sees the drones built at the natural expansion, but seeing this many Zerglings to start, ooh, nice kill, battle drone overall. Nothing on gas, and so this leads me to, okay, now moving on to gas. This is going to either be an extremely late layer, a Zergling all in, or kind of an emergency mode into Hide Duelists. I think Balance is playing just, he's got tournament nerves right this second and having a lot of trouble. The lateness of that gas is going to be absolutely critical. Zerglings tapping out. Looks like it's going to be a Forge on the front this time. Cybernetics core building in the corner. The Overlord is going to be able to spot it. But Zen already in a really strong position. He's delayed that third hatch for quite a while. Balance really playing nervous, as you can see. Those drones currently not mining there. Has been mostly microing these Zerglings and overproduced Zerglings to the start. And between these 4 Zealots and that cannon, he's going to be very well defended here. +1 weapon should finish. It looks like already a 4th hatchery before layer in Spire even finishes here. And we'll see if Zen is able to take advantage. Right now, I'm presuming he's got a worker lead. Although it looks like we have seen a lot of... Okay, it looks like Balance's response to this is he's just going to flood. He does have these Zerglings on the front to see when the Zealots are coming out. And right now, it looks like he's producing a lot of drones and just hoping that he's going to have the larva available with the map distance to deal with Zen. Zen's starting to move out a little bit early to clear these Zerglings out. We do have the Stargate... the Citadel of Adun behind this. And the Zerglings, yeah, pulling back. Evolution Chamber, additional hatchery at the 3rd. This is off build order, but I don't know what Balance can do. He's just gonna have to build a lot of Zerglings, but even if he does that, one feature of this map is he can just pull back to the bridge with those Zealots and get a lot of really good trades against those Zerglings. So again, shutting down mining. One Zealot already preemptively pocketing himself. What a lazy jerk, getting behind that mineral line. Re-engaging. Decent drone drill again from Balance. Looks like he's starting to refocus. And actually, I gotta say, doing a really good job microing against these Zealots. I thought this was gonna go a lot worse. So he's got 2 Zealots remaining, but honestly, the drones might be able to turn around and fight it, and whatever additional units are produced should be able to clean this up pretty rapidly. That was a decent defense between the drone drill and the Zergling micro. Didn't end up losing a lot considering how bad that looked initially. Now Balance not in that terrible position. He's still down on supply, but he's got a pretty good base of drones overall. Looks like he put the Hydral Den down. He's basically moving back to more 5-hatch Hydra, although he's dropping the Spire behind this. Let's see if he goes for a tech switch at any stage. Definitely playing nervous. But Zen Zealot count has been reset, and they really, at this moment, haven't started to move out on the map. And critically, Zen didn't really exploit the one thing that would have been a big advantage with that light gas, which is Corsairs out on the field before there was any anti-air. So he's only going to lose potentially this one Overlord. Hydralisk, yeah, filtering in. So just using the one customary Overlord, although it looks like he's missing an Overlord on his queue, so supply cap right this second. But it could have been a lot worse. Going into, looks like 6 hatchery Spire as far as a follow-up. The Corsairs moving in pairs. Should be able to scout this out. Seeing what... Critically, let's see if he sees is some decent drone saturation. Second Overlord getting picked off. Fortunately, being kind of lower bracket problems for balance here. Building the Overlords at the main where they didn't have the defensive Hydralisks. Now the defensive Hydralisk is out of position to defend the 3 Overlords that are at his natural expansion as well. Yeah, if you're going to do the light Hydralisk defense, and I think this might just be nerves play again. If you're going to do the Hydralisk defense, need to build the Overlords where your Hydralisks are at, so you can mitigate or minimize the numbers that you're producing. Yeah, I don't know if the TTS being disabled is going to be a bonus for you guys or not. Half and half in chat. I do want to say, while I have all of your attention, you guys have been arguing with the Brown Brew crew out in chat versus Ayaya and all that sort of stuff. And you guys have completely missed the Turret Booba versus Carrier Booba versus Muta Booba meta. Like, where have you guys been with that? I'm disappointed, chat. That's what I gotta say. I'm just disappointed. That's all I'm saying. Zealots moving out. +1 weapons. Zealot leg speed. Corsairs in tow. Now, Hydra's producing last second. There's an okay SimCity to maybe try to fight this back, but certainly Overlords are still gonna die in the process. Zen with a sizable supply lead, and it looks like this is gonna be a repeat of game 1 potentially. Balance once again in the red, and Zealots on top of the Hydralisk just creating absolute havoc. And the Corsair is able to move free and continue to pick off Overlords, and there's absolutely no defense. Yeah, this is going to be a continuous supply cap right here. And let's see if Zen pulls these Zealots back out. Yeah, going to be able to keep them active and creating chaos. So Balance eating huge losses in Overlords. The Corsairs have absolutely been fantastic. Gateway fled behind this. Zen looking really strong here in the opener. It looks like he may be going for +1 weapons here. Already has that robotics facility out. He's got double the supply right now of Balance. A slew of Overlords being produced. The Corsair's still active, and they're still vulnerable. And it looks like he might have... Yeah, he overbuilt Overlords to try to deal with the supply cap, but now he doesn't have enough resources in between to build the Hydralisks he might have wanted to defend the Overlords as they're producing. Corsairs, fortunately, are getting taken out, but in the meantime, Zen with a very strong lead. Balance pinned back to his natural expansion. The Zealots, I'm not sure about this attack. The Zealots marching in. We do have a Dark Templar. That could be a big factor. This Overlord's weakened if the Corsairs just move to the third, wipe this out. Could shut down that base entirely. It looks like there's a single Corsair that has 5 kills. Overlord stays alive, but barely. DT's still active, and that can do a lot of damage. Nice focus fire on the DT to kill it immediately, but drones still being pulled out. This is forcing more minerals to be spent for Balance. So Zen creating chaos, and he's macroing happily back at home. He's moving. Here's where I'm not sure. Things might move out of his favor. He does have the supply lead still, but it looks like he's moving up to take out a base. It is possible if Balance just surges a lot of troops and micros really well, he might be able to collapse on this. Where Zen easily could take a third. There's nothing Balance could do about it. So we'll see how this plays out. If the Hydralisks move from the natural expansion is the next question. Balance, right now, completely outnumbered. Hydralisks moving in to attack at range. Zealot's getting on top of the Hydralisks, and actually it looks like this might just be a GG attack. Beautiful Psystorm, catching some of the Zealots, but a good amount of drones as well. Now the Hydralisks moving up. Hydralisks eating Psystorm for the left, and Zen, yeah, just looking to end it here. Decent dodges there from Balance along the left, but once again the Evolution Chamber going to drop. We have +1 weapons, +1 armor already finished. and only +1 weapons on the opposite side, which means, again, Zen going to be able to maintain that upgrade lead for the long haul. Still a handful of units here, and Zen's still sending units. More Dragoons making the way, but Balance going to GG right there. So, with that, Zen advances. It is double elimination. So we've got upper bracket. That is not the bracket. You got me. So Zen advances. We'll see who we got from here.